It's time for Ask the Derm. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Billy Groff from Cosmetic Laser Dermatology here to answer all of your skin questions. Thanks so much for being here with us. So let's go ahead and start out with our first question here. So my daughter has a few small growths on her tummy that seem to be spreading rapidly. She can't stop scratching them, and she's wondering if this is contagious. Now, this is Chelsea from La Jolla. I think we have a picture here to show.
So you can see she's got these little tight, tiny white growths on her abdomen there, and I thought it'd be fun maybe if we had you take a guess at some of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would think chickenpox, but that doesn't seem red. Like, I don't know. What is
this is a tough one. I wouldn't expect to get this one.
Okay.
This is a condition called molluscum contagiosum.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one.
No. It's caused by a virus, actually. So if you leave these alone, they'll actually disappear eventually, but it can take weeks to months. And most moms don't want to wait that long, and it is contagious, so kids can spread them from each other just by touching. So it's best to come in the dermatology office. We can either freeze them, we can give you a special cream to get rid of them. So it should probably be addressed so you don't spread them to other children.
How do you get something like that?
Just simply by contact. Like, so if say
originally.
Oh, well, it's a virus, so it's passed. It has to be passed person to person. So there's got to be the first patient to have it will pass it to the next. And I mean, millions of kids get these every year.
All right.
It's very common.
Going back to school could be a problem for sure.
Times.
Okay, let's get to our second one. My daughter is complaining about some painful blisters on her lips. What is it, and is it contagious? This is Donna from Encinitas. So let's take a look. Oh, that almost looks like she got stung by something.
That is not a bad guess, but since we're talking about things that are contagious, you want to take a second guess?
I'm not good at this at all.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. So this is actually a cold sore, which is caused by the herpes virus. And with kids, I mean, you can see this even in infants, because this virus can be passed from, say, grandma kisses the toddler. Grandma has the virus and passes it on to the toddler. But they're very inflamed, swollen, painful, and of course, you know, kids, especially younger kids, like to give little smooches at school and things, so they can pass the virus back and forth. So with my kids, I like to explain to them when we see someone that has one, like, hey, don't kiss and no smooching, and because you don't want to get that.
And what do you do to get rid of that so then they don't pass it around?
Well, that's a great question. There is no cure for it. There are medications that will shorten the duration that the virus actually kind of shows itself on your lip, but there's no cure. So once you have it, you're kind of stuck with these recurring outbreaks. It can be every few months, it can be every few weeks, every couple of years. It's just something you want to try to avoid.
Such a bummer, especially for the little ones that don't understand how to fix it. Okay, let's go ahead and get to our third question. I received a notice from my daughter's school that have a confirmed case of head lice on campus. Oh no, what should I look out for and what should I do? Joelle from Chula Vista. This is so hard for parents.
That's a scary looking guy, isn't it?
That is so scary.
Now, if you look at the top photo, that's actually an egg, and the eggs of the head louse are approximately the size of a sesame seed, so you can definitely see them with the human eye. So if you're concerned, if your child's like scratching and itching their scalp, you can actually examine and go through the scalp and see if you've seen any of these little eggs. The louse itself is a little bit bigger than the egg, but these, again, are easily treatable. Parents tend to freak out and, you know, oh my God, I got to take my kid out of school and someone else has it. But that's not the case. Now, the child that has it should be treated because kids often pass this thing back and forth just by simple head contact. So imagine your 6-year-old hanging out with another 6-year-old and they're on their iPad, for example. You know, think how close they get, their heads touch, and therefore, you know, they can pass it to each other that way.
There you go.
So
yeah, or laying on a mat or whatever it is. So make sure the hair is either back in a braid if you're a girl, that kind of thing. Don't worry about not going to school, but maybe just being preventative about it.
So what we do, I have 2 girls. What my wife will do is she'll pull Jen and Piper's hair back real tight in a ponytail, and then that lessens the chance of it coming into contact with one of the other kids.
Great advice. Okay, our last question here. My son started practice for his high school football team about 3 weeks ago and now has redness and peeling between his toes. Thoughts and what do we do? This is Rob from PB. I hate feet pictures. This is so gross. I'm just going to go ahead and say athlete's foot.
There you go. See, so you're 1 for 3. That's not bad.
Can we take that picture down? Feet pictures is so gross.
To make you an honorary dermatologist, you got to get at least 75%.
I don't think I was there. So I'll work on it next time you're in town.
Right.
So this happens a lot for kids who are in sports, right?
Yeah, you know, imagine, say, your son, for example, he's been practicing football for the last 3 weeks or so with his team, and then they hit the showers. If you don't wear shower shoes, that's a great reason to wear shower shoes, because you can easily pick it up on the floor of the shower, for example. But other kids who have a lot of perspiration tend to sweat more. Their feet get real wet, and that's the perfect environment for fungus to grow. So sometimes using foot powder, every day can help minimize the chance of having recurrent problems with athlete's foot.
Okay, great advice, Dr. Groff. Thanks so much for always joining us in studio. If you want to get in touch with him, you can go ahead and go to our website, fox5sandiego.com, click on the Scene On tab, and there's all his info right there on the screen. All right, Raul, I'll toss it back to you for now.